Welcome to the channel, everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make authentic Jamaican beef patty, and I will give you a brief example also how to make the cheese and beef and vegetable. If this is the first time you're watching this channel, just let you know you're welcome and I'm happy to have you. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe, and do leave positive comment. Let's get into the video. So to make your perfect Jamaican beef patty or cheesy beef patty, this is a process you have to take towards it and the different ingredients. So here I have some onion, spring onion, chili, thyme, black pepper. I have some nutmeg. I like to add a bit of nutmeg in mine. I'm going to use some all-purpose season in it. I'm going to use some all-purpose season in this. And here I have some garlic. So let's put them there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these a bit to get the size, because I'm going to blend it. You can cut it up with your hand, but it's personal preference. It doesn't change the taste of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these. Just going to dice them. But you can cut them up with your hand if you want. But I'm going to use a rubber coupe to cut it. If you don't have a rubber coupe, just do it like this. You know, just do it the whole time way. But sometimes it's smarter, not harder. So you can do it like this if you want. But it's personal preference. These, just going to cut these in half. All of this, I'm going to put it in here. This patty first was originated and discovered in England. It comes from the word pasty. You know, in England, they have the Cornish pasty. So, you know, in the Caribbean, you know, we put our spin on it, make it tastier and better. So when you cut it up like this, what you do, you help the blending process with this. Now I have some chili here. You can use, you know, scotch bonnet, you know, whatever you can find. What you need in it is just a bit of heat, you know, but not to overpower. You don't want to add too much to it that, you know, whosoever consuming it, or you or the family, and it's too hot. But just a reasonable amount. And it's all amount, depends on the amount of patty you're going to make. So this one, I won't put this one in. I'll leave this one off for soup. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut some of this up already in it, and I will leave some for later. So this is similar like making like a jerk marinade. Similar process. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add some water to this. It's just to help the blending process. So give it a little bit more blend. Okay. What I'm gonna do with this now, I'm gonna add a bit of browning in it, or you can call it caramel, whatever you want, just a little bit, like so, because that's part of the recipe. And then we're gonna give it another blend. Okay. So that's what it looked like. Just gonna pour it out in this. And I'm gonna blend the rest. Now to this I'm gonna add one of my favorite spice in it. I'm gonna add some nutmeg in it. So that should be enough. So let's give him a bit of mix. And then we're gonna go to the second part. I'm gonna show you how I make up some season, just combining some season together. I'm gonna add some black pepper also to this. Some all-purpose. Put in some bit of Celtic salt in this. Normally in the Caribbean, most people don't make patties because they take time, and you know, even though you love to cook, it's still time consuming, but they are delicious. But for me, I love to cook because cooking relaxes me. I'm doing this now, I'm having fun. So that's my dry season ready and good to go. So I'm going to show you how I cook the meat now. So now I have my pot on. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil. You don't need more than that. I'm just going to bring it up to temperature. Okay, so I'm going to put my beef in. So what I'm going to try to do now, make sure you start seasoning from now. So I'm going to start giving a bit of touch of seasoning so everything just soaked into it. If you like this video so far, give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, leave positive comment. Now this is not a dish that it's easy to eat, but it takes a while to prepare. If you notice, look at the color. So this is how you want it. Nice, getting soft now. If you notice, I haven't put any of this in it yet. Ready? All right. So we're gonna add some to it. And then we're going to season it again. As I said before, you have to have patience to do this. You know, I like to do it perfectly. Look at that. Getting all those seasoning, those marinade in it. You know, make it nice, spicy, tasty. When I finish with this, and you try one taste lead to another. And so far, so good. Now, add the rest in. So the next thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some breadcrumbs, because every patty, you have to add breadcrumbs. This is some fresh bread, I grated. Fresh breadcrumbs you need in this. So you go in, and the purpose for this is to absorb the liquid and to keep it together. So the moment I fold this in, I'm going to add some water to it. You seeing that now? We're going to add some water to that now. And we're going to let it cook down properly, boil down. Now, I'm going to use a different equipment. I'm going to use my whisk to break this right in. Make sure you're following me, guys. Make sure you're following. You make the patty this way, you make the best patty ever. And you don't need to overcook this. I'm just letting the breadcrumbs go through, combine it properly. Look at that. You can see the consistency already. Look at that. You know, this is a real deal. Only make patty this way. So now this is ready. I'm going to turn the gas off. I'm going to put it in a container like this. And the reason to do it is to let it cool down. So I'm going to let this cool now. Let's try a bit meanwhile. Look at that. Wow. Nice and nice. Delicious. Wow. So, okay, the next stage is the dough. Here I have some all-purpose flour. Just going to add. This is salt and sugar mixed together. You can use your hand or you can use a mixer. So that's personal preference. But because of the amount I'm making, I choose to use a mixer. This is just a small mixer, like a 5-liter mixer. And in this, it's about a kilo. So now I'm going to add some beef sweat to this. So now I'm going to use some shortening. Remember, we're making a crust. Now, if you want to use butter, you can use butter. But the original patty doesn't have any butter in it, doesn't have any baking powder at all in it. But if you want to put it in, feel free to put it in. So I'll be using the hook on this. So what I'm doing here, I'm just combining the flour, the beef sweat, and the shortening together. Then I'm going to add the liquid. Now the liquid I'm using here, this is egg yellow. If you want to use turmeric, curry powder, feel free to do so. What this do is give it that yellow color. Turmeric, do the same. Curry powder, do the same, because curry powder have turmeric in it. I'm gonna increase the speed just a little bit. Now the dough is ready to come out of the machine. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get him in position. Yeah, as you can see and feel, look at this. The texture of this is different. That's what you want. Anything less, probably don't even worth it. So now I'm gonna put some flour on the board, and I'm gonna show you how you can roll it out. So get yourself a rolling pin. Normally I would roll it on this flat surface, but we see what happens, just because the sake of the video. So we're almost there. So we need to get it in this corner there. So now, as you see this, so I'll show you the other trick. Watch this. Yeah, so 1, 2, yeah? And you fold him again. Turn him this way. And then we're gonna roll it again. When you see the way this done, you know, you will have a different respect for patty and the process of making good quality patty. So what I'm gonna do now, get it with white like so. Then what I'm gonna do, watch this. You get him like this, and like this, and like this. So what you do with this now, so this actually fall about 6 to 8 times. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge to relax. Then we start rolling it out. Stay tuned. So this is another way how I roll out my dough. I use this green board because I don't want to scratch the surface, and then, you know, depends on how I will make it on this. Or you can change the board if you wish to do so. Then what I'm gonna do, fold them like this. You know, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically I fold it about 6 times. So this is what it should look like. All these layers. And then I'm gonna change the board and then I'll show you how to make the patties. Stay tuned. So now to make your patties, gonna get some flour on this. And this is the dough that's already rolled out. So get yourself a dough cutter. Equipment is key when you're making this. So I'm gonna cut about here. So once you cut that, remove that one. And you set it aside. I normally make it on the green board. So I probably just switch it back to the green board because I need that length to roll it out. Otherwise, I can roll it on this. What I'll do, I'll roll it on the surface here. You get your rolling pin, and we're gonna go lengthwise. You know, when making patty, this thing takes time. That's why a lot of people, they don't make it by themselves. They always tend to buy it because it takes time. It's nothing to really rush, but you know, it's something everyone should appreciate. You know, when you see patty on the street over the world, you know, it takes time. I have the opportunity when I was younger to work in a patty factory. And believe me, it's about 6 men working in there, just making this one patty. I know they're doing batch production. Yeah, so it's all about you need to get it like this lengthwise. The next thing I'm going to show you what you need to have. I have this is a patty cutter. I designed it and I take it to a special guy that do steel welding to make this for me. I draw the shape and everything. So what I'm doing here, as you see, the moment I put it there, I need to get 4 of this. So I'm just gently just put it like this. So I'm getting 4 out of this. As you can see the shape, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what you need. So the next thing I'm going to do, I have here some water. Just watch me carefully. As I said, just take your time. All I'm doing is just take this around the edge here, just like so. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, and then after, I have my patty meat here. So I use my scoop. So I'm going to put this amount in. So this what I'm making here is a beef patty, yeah? So I use this so that I can spread it out even. So I'm getting 4 on the stretch here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this here and I'm going to bring this over. See that? So bring that over. Next, you're gonna use your hands. Watch this. Do, yeah. So when you do that, you're pushing out the air also. Watch that. See that? Then you do this. This is what's gonna give you the perfect shape for your patty. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see. Okay. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna prick it maybe 3 times. Yeah. So when you're baking it, let's get hair through it. Next, you're gonna need pastry cutter. Pastry cutter, do like so, and you go right around. Yeah, and look at this. Your patty is ready. You do like this again. Repeat the same process. Then you set that aside. You turn him around, like so. I'm not finished yet. You can either leave it like this, or the next thing is you get a fork and you start from one end, yeah? And try to keep the momentum like this. Get them very neat and tidy. You don't want to make them and then they look rusty. Look at that. If this video of any help to you guys, please do remember to like, share, subscribe, leave positive comment. I'm repeating the same process. And as I said before, these things, they take time. But you know, you have people that love things like these, and I'm here to help you guys. So this here is your beef patties. Now I'm going to show you how I make the cheesy beef. So the beef is ready. I'll show you how I do the cheesy beef now. So to make the cheese and beef now, I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to put that aside. Give the dough a press down a bit. Always make sure you add flour to it because it helps the rolling out process, make it easier. Yeah. So always get like lengthwise. Try to control the dough and don't press down on it too much. And also depends on the rolling pin you have. Here, techniques is important. Give it another dust. I'm trying to get, because I need to get 4 out of this. Okay. So once you realize you can get 4, then you go long way. Gently roll back over again. Get him even. So I'm just repeating the same process, just add a bit of water right on the mark. What this do is help to seal it. Now with the cheese and beef, sliced cheese, just put it in the middle. So that should be enough for that. Then you take your filling and you put over it like so. So we're going to repeat the same process. When you make it this way, easier, and especially if you know what you're doing. So same procedure, watch the hand movement, watch this. So you help shaping it also, not the hair out. You're getting the ear out. So I'm going to make the pattern on this different because it's easier to let me identify it when it's baked. So I'm just using this just to crimp the edge like so. So it creates a lovely pattern. So that way I know which one is the cheese and beef. And I'm repeating the same process. Just round the edge. And this also helps to seal it. So that's what it looks like, guys. So now I'll bake them and then let you see how it look. Remember, break it about 3 times. Okay? Stay tuned. So now, patty is out of the oven. Look at those. As you can see, they're different. Look at this. Look at that. That's what you want. Very hot. So I've done 2 trays. The next one is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please do remember to like, share, subscribe, leave positive comment.